Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Today we're going to talk about the Oxfam report, Anand. And it doesn't sound very
No,
nice
no.
what it's saying. But of course, it's open
Okay.
interpretation.
Okay, you tell me what is there in the report first.
Well, the first thing it says is the richest 1% bag nearly twice as much wealth as the rest of the world put together. Over the past 2 years, their wealth has grown. They are right now at $42 trillion. That sounds like a lot of money.
No, no. Listen. What he is seeing as wealth is not money in the bank. See, what happens is if you can either have money in the bank, I can own stocks, or I can own gold, I can own land. This 42 trillion is all in stock. Most of it is in stocks.
Agreed.
And the stock value can go up and come down. While the Oxfam report talks about the top 1% in general, there has also been a case of a guy losing $200 billion in
Yes.
no time
We have spoken great lengths about it.
it. So if it can happen to Musk, it can happen to anybody. So money goes, stock markets go both ways. And the idea of Thomas Piketty and some of these cracks is to tax this money. What is not realized cannot be taxed. So what you are seeing is a notional value,
True.
and you are able to say this because every day there is a stock ticker going on.
Correct.
Now what happens is, like let's take Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett controls a significant portion of Berkshire Class A.
Very true.
And because there's a shortage of stock in the market, the value of the stock has gone to several lakh dollars.
Very true.
If Buffett, Munger, and some of the close people start dumping the stock in the market, then what will happen is the value of the stock will start to diminish. So you cannot do it
The
immediately.
speed he's selling it, it will diminish that fast.
Yes. And Tesla is a case story in that. When he publicly committed that he won't sell, and he had to sell more than, then he committed something in public, and then he had to sell more than that.
True.
If you want to exit and you have a great business, then you have to chip it away like
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates has been selling for the last several decades and slowly brought it down
Yes.
and has transferred his wealth and into a basket of stocks. If he sells his basket of stocks, that value will also drop. He's been cherry picking, like cutting a small piece here, buying some small piece there, cutting something, buying there. As long as you are doing that and you have a long path, you can manage to do that. But that again, that money is parked in some stock.
Very true.
So to say that they have made a lot of money while the rest of the people have not is a gross exaggeration. Because you are talking in stock values. And stock values can move quickly both upward and downward. And then when it moves downward, these guys disappear. And so there is no way you can tax it.
No, but he is talking about something fantastical here. He
Wait,
says,
listen to me. Though Elizabeth Warren and that, what is that Spanish lady who is the Cotreja or what's
Yeah.
her? She would like to tax this. Bernie Sanders would love to tax it. But
it's like how the right would like to demonize a certain group. These guys like to demonize the billionaires.
this is what I think is happening here.
But what do you like about this statement? A tax of just 5% on the world's multi-millionaires and billionaires could raise $1.7 trillion a year, enough to lift 2 billion people out of poverty.
Okay, this is again a joke. Like Buffett correctly pointed out, Buffett takes out only $100,000 a year. You can tax him on that $100,000. How can you tax him on Berkshire stock, of which he is neither taking dividend nor having any benefit out of this? This tax is a non-starter. Then how do rich benefit from this? The rich benefit from this because banks are willing to lend against this. Now let's take the case of Uncle Warren. Uncle Warren has billions of dollars parked in this. He goes to Japan and tells them, I'm doing you a favor by buying $25 billion. Because Japan is churning out money. So he buys yen worth $25 billion, borrows it for 20 years. And the stock is they are giving it based on Berkshire stock. But there is no recourse. In this case, he says there is no link. You have just given me $25 billion
Yes.
in yen.
Yes.
I go and buy 5 Japanese companies which are giving a dividend yield of 7 or 8%. Right? I buy 555 billion in each. The dividend is enough to pay the principal and the loan over 20 years. I get 5% of all these companies free of cost.
Correct.
Right? Now, if you are a very wealthy guy, and when the Fed was printing money over the last 20 years, you could have used the stock as collateral.
That's what Musk tried to do.
Yeah, but Musk
Then his eccentricities got in and got
got
fumbled.
out.
He fumbled it.
He fumbled it. If you are very smart, you can raise money at very few rates and give it to the private equity investor to play passing the parcel.
This is what Warren famously said. You don't need to do exceptional things to see exceptional results.
Yes,
You can do ordinary things.
ordinary things to show exceptional results.
Correct.
Now party time is over because the Fed has tightened.
Because of inflation. Thank you.
So now what will happen is the rich will immediately pull the money out of private equity and pay back the banker and sit.
But the source of this inflation, isn't it because of all these people like Elizabeth Warren wanting more free money to be given? Bernie
The
Sanders
source
saying
of inflation.
student loans to be written off.
See, as long as money was going, passing the parcel, inflation did not come. In COVID, what happened was there was no playing the parcel. Money was transferred to everybody directly, and they spent the money. Right?
Suddenly a lot of money was chasing the few goods.
Few goods and few services, especially services. So inflation went up. And to add fuel to this, a lot of people thought this is free money, let me not work for 1 year. So at the lower level, wage inflation went up. That is, people for serving. I will ask $30 an hour. What was the standard rate was $15 an hour. I'll ask $30 an hour. So once wage inflation feeds in, inflation cannot be crushed.
So what do you say to all these crackpot ideas which are there in the floating around in this internet, saying that since we were in pandemic lockdown, nobody worked and everyone is getting free money, the world didn't get destroyed, everyone is happy. Why can't everyone just stay at home and get free money? And
the problem at the end of the day is the moment, like Blaise Pascal famously said, 99% of all humans' problems come from the inability of a human to stay inside a room quietly. So when there is no pandemic, everybody wants to take the money and spend it.
correct,
As long as you are counting the money and keeping it, no problem.
correct.
When you go out and spend the money,
That's what
it starts to chase goods and services. The cost of goods and services go up. And when the cost of goods and services goes up, inflation sets in. And the inflation is good thing for the rich.
Yes,
Because already I have stock, I have gold.
because in one line in the report it says 95 food and energy corporations have doubled their profits in 2022.
Yeah, I own energy companies, I own wood companies.
Inflation is good.
Inflation is good for me. So what it is you should not have zero inflation or deflation, like Japan struggled. You should have between 0 and 2%
Manageable.
Manageable. You can even stretch it to 4%.
That golden number.
That golden is between 0 and 4%. If you have between 2 and 4 is the golden number. If you can keep it at that, the competitive juice will be flowed. Because I know I'll get 4% extra next year. And if I cut my cost by 2%, I can make extra 4%. Wow. I can make if I cut my cost by 4% and I'm getting 4% higher, I'll make 8% return.
Unfortunately, the Fed doesn't know how much to push the interest rate.
It's very difficult because the interest rate is a very blunt instrument.
Correct.
It's a blunt instrument.
So you're taking a sledgehammer for
and
an
on a
operation.
cake, not on a corporation. You have a birthday cake.
Correct.
Instead of slicing it with a knife, you take a sledgehammer and
Try to make a cut a piece.
yeah, and that's what is the Fed trying to do. So, and who will hurt? The poor will hurt.
True. And this Oxfam's report seems to be more of propaganda than.
No, it's telling the truth. That the wealth is
But it only seems to be a perception of the truth. It's not real absolute truth.
It is but what happens is money flows from those who know weak hands to strong hands. Money always flows from weak hands to strong hands. It is moving from weak hands to strong hands. What the Oxfam report says does not tell you is what is a strong hand today can become a weak hand tomorrow, like our good friends Vijay Mallya and Anil Ambani.
And Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is still there.
Hopefully,
These two are dead.
Hopefully, he'll get out.
Yeah,
of the job.
yeah, this is what I hope. Anyway, thank you for watching Be Rich. I want to thank all of you for supporting our event in Oman with great enthusiasm. A lot of people turned up in Oman, and a place where I don't have much influence. I wish to thank all of you for your support. The next event is going to be in Qatar, Doha. The event is scheduled for the last week of January. Those who would like to meet me in person in Qatar, Doha, or come to our event in Doha can send their request to the mail ID given below or contact the WhatsApp number flashing on the screen. My team will respond to you. See you in Qatar in the last week of Jan. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.